Gwen here for final episode of my long deep holds. Headstand, shoulder stand, back bend, forward bend, pigeon, frog, and now we're going to talk about heroes. So that final stretch, long deep hold, 1 to 10 minutes depending on how much time you have. This is my routine that I do at least 3 or 4 times a week, if not more, depending on what's going on in my day. So there's 2 variations we do with heroes. There is traditional heroes, which is coming to kneeling, making sure knees are in alignment with each other. In other words, you're not splaying the knees apart. That just throws the whole body off. So really align those knees. This is level 1, sitting on the knees. And perhaps this is even hard for you, even if you've had surgery or you have hardware in your knees. Roll up an old mat, stick it behind your knees, and that'll reduce the flexion on the knee and get you deeper faster. Level 1, level 2 would be to separate the feet and sit on a block. So you're a little lower than the heels, not quite to the floor. Variations to get you deeper are maybe separate the knees a little bit. But what you never, ever, ever, ever want to do is have the foot out to the side like that. That is just suicide for the knee. Very safe. It's a natural flexion of the knee, a 5,000-year-old yoga pose if your feet are straight up to the sky. Okay? Level 2. Level 3, removing the block and settling down into the floor. You could stay here. First order of business is you're going to feel probably top of the ankle, big deep stretch. You might even feel a lot of pressure in the top of the foot. That's only because the ankle's tight. You should not have any sunshine coming through here like that. You should be nice and flat in time. And then once you get past that, then you might feel some quads, which is what we're looking for. Okay? If this is good, you go back onto your hands. If that's good, onto your forearms. This is where going deeper, you might feel other things. A lot of complaints about low back here. You have to make sure you're not going in like this and putting pressure on the low back, but rather you're tucking the tailbone and getting into that hip flexor and quad. Very active. Staying here or all the way down onto your back. And again, if you're feeling too much in the low back or you have too much pressure on your quads because your cat's walking on you, then adjust the low back, tuck the tailbone, or come back out of it to a level that's a little agitating but not painful. Okay? And then you come out, 1 to 10 minute holds, onto your hands and knees, and just realign the knee, give your ankle some time to recover. The next step, the one I love to work with my athletes, is hero's pose, toes tucked. I've talked about it before. It is worth talking about again. That plantar fasciitis or pain in the bottom of the foot, being in stiff shoes all the time. Some of them are office workers. Some people are tied up in cleats, skates. Don't get that range of motion in the foot. Don't get any opening in the bottom of the toes. Also having a very tight Achilles tendon. All bad news, especially if you're in an agility sport or really any sport. You want as much mobility in all the joints so there's less strain on the knee and you could be more open and supple. So what we do, and usually this one's only a 2-minute hold, but you come to kneeling, same rules apply, except this time toes are tucked. You might be here, you might be leaning on the block, but in time you want to be right over those heels. You want to make sure your heels are straight up to the sky. You're not coming out and you're not rolling in. Not only is it hard on the ankle, but it is hard on the knee. It'll give you an unsafe torque. So you're going to sit back here. All right, you're going to hold it here, level 1, or level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Tuck the tailbone, get more into the quads, hip flexors. And moving on, down to your forearms, and maybe even down to the top of your head. Okay, coming up nice and slow, step by step, coming out of it, straighten out, realign ligaments, tendons, and that's hero's pose. So those are my long deep pulls to answer your question. What do I do? Most of the time I'm doing these long holds because my day is so busy and I want to keep open and supple and strong. Headstand, shoulder stand, back bend, forward bend, pigeon, pigeon, frog, and heroes, toes tucked and untucked. So if you don't want to add all of them to your already crammed workout routine, maybe pick 1 or 2 to do each day, or maybe just do a 30-second hold each day. But watch how your body opens and responds to your regular daily life, just being a little bit more open, allowing for more oxygenation, and just being healthier longer. So stay tuned for whatever I have to say next, and I'll see you next time.